So let's start today our session. So we have so far we covered. We are trying to loading data, unloading data from Snowflake to GCP, and also we try to create different integration objects. All these things we try to understand different features and different options in the copy statement. Still, we have more options. So we'll discuss parallelly along with the other features. So those features. Now we'll try to understand. We gone through the databases and we used to create stages, file formats, and all these things we created. Now we have some more examples we need to cover in data loading. So we'll cover parallelly along with the we have other features. So along with those features, we'll cover whatever we need to cover in the data loading and unloading process. Now we'll try to move to the next important feature. So this is data secure data sharing. So here this is the databases, and second option is the secure data sharing. So why we need to use secure data sharing? We'll try to understand this feature in detail. Okay. So go to the shades. So just click on to the shades, and we'll see there is an option. You can see there is a secure data sharing is available, and how you can able to provide and consume data, and what are all the benefits. All those things it is we can able to try with our whatever account we have. So first we'll try to understand what is this secure data sharing and why we need to do this, and what is the benefit of using with the help of Snowflake. So what is the traditional challenges companies facing? How secure data sharing will help for the organization to transfer your data in better. Okay. Now go to just I'm going to the Snowflake documentation for the uh, initial understanding, and then we'll jump into the practical session. Snowflake sharing. So just this is the article they are talking about Snowflake secure data sharing. So basically this is sharing. So what is the meaning of sharing of data? So we are all working on basically we are all working on different type of files like CSV files or some JSON files. So just you want to process this data to some other customer, some other user. So as a user A, you are trying to give data to user B. So what are the challenges to give this data to user B? So user A and user B. So let's say we have 100 TB data or 1000 TB data and huge amount of data. So this huge amount of data, how we are going to give to the customers. So in the we have n number of customers. Let's say you are working on some retail business. You are managing one of the retail business. You want to we have different customers who is providing product. So you are dealing with 100 different customers, and customers asking some data to analyze how the business is happening, whatever data, whatever product they are sharing to us. So you want to provide access to the customers. So these are all the customers having, they should have some database to see the data. So at that time, maybe customers either they are using the Snowflake account. Some customers they are completely new to the database. They are not using any database. So at the time also you need to provide data to the customers so that customers can access the data and analyze the data. So that is a huge any there is no limit for the data storage you want to provide access to the customers. So all those challenges, as of now, how it is happening, we are going to use some FTP protocols, or you are using ETL. You are connecting source as your one of your source database, and target is again you are using another database, so you are doing some data movement. So you are transferring your data movement. So again, customer storing the data, and they can analyze and data. So you are basically you are duplicating data storage here. So we have some 100 TB data, again 100 TB day, again out of 100 TB data, 20 TB data customer want to analyze. So that data is belongs to one of the customers. So again, this 20 TB data, it's difficult for them to uh, pay additional storage cost. So here, with the help of Snowflake Secure Data Sharing feature, you can avoid duplicate storing of data. So all the consumers, whether we have 100 customers or 200 customers, they can directly access data from your database, provider database. So that to live data they can access. Live data they can access instantaneously, and that to read only access data, not writable data. Read only access data they can consume, and they can analyze on top of the data. So that kind of provision Snowflake providing with the help of Snowflake secure data sharing, instantaneously you can transfer your data to the customers as a read only access. Data is not moving to the customer account, just customer is going to access the data. So that is the basic idea about secure data sharing. We have too many options available how you can achieve secure data sharing, and what are all the different options how we are going to implement secure data sharing in the Snowflake. So all those points we'll discuss in detail. Yeah, good. Let's move on to the secure data sharing. So what are all the, so in the database we can see there are different kind of objects are available. So we know what is a table, and also there is a external tables, secure views, secure materialized views, secure UDFs. So these are all the objects we can instantaneously give access to the customer. Now let's say we have some Snowflake account. This is a Snowflake account. So let's go to the worksheets. So here we have too many databases available. Now I have some database created with some set of tables and schemas. I want to give this database, COVID-19 database, to all my customers. So let's say we have 4 customers. So these 4 customers, they don't want to create and copy this data again. Just they can access directly as a provider. I am the owner of this data. As a provider, I can give access to this data to the customers instantaneously with the help of secure data sharing. All my customers can see this whatever data is available, 400 records. This data is they can see instantaneously in their accounts. So how we are going to achieve? How we are going to build this process? So basically, we so whatever data we are going to uh, uh, so let's say we have 400 records. These 400 records you want to update. So now I'm going to add another 100 records to this file, so to this table. Whoever going to consume this data, we are going to consume this particular table instantaneously without anything, they can able to see the updated data within seconds time. There is no delay. So it's a 500 or it's a 1000, it's a 10,000. If you update something here, if you update something in the table, so immediately customer can see the updated data. So like that, we can provide access to n number of customers, n number of consumers. They can access all the data. Now, see if you see the uh, So there is a one diagram, so explained in the Snowflake documentation. See here, we have we have to understand whenever you are talking about secure data sharing, what is the who is the what is the provider and what is the consumer. So provider, basically they are going to provide data to consumers. So provider can give access to a number of consumers as his own data. So that is the reason. So this provider having three consumers and another provider having uh, different consumers. So as a so either as a Snowflake account, you can act as a either provider or consumer. So it's your wish. You can act like a provider, or you can get data from multiple providers, and you can give data to multiple customers. All these things are possible whenever you're talking, where you are sharing your data. So that is the reason. So here we have, if you see the third window, third chart. So same account, within the same account. So in the blue color is a provider, and this a white color, they are acting like a consumer. So like that, as a Snowflake account, we are all having one Snowflake account. This account can act as a provider as well as consumer. So you can give data to anyone, or you can take data to from anyone. So that is the meaning of provider and consumer. Whenever you are giving data to someone, you are acting like a provider. Whenever you are taking data from someone, that is you are acting like a consumer. Now, if you see, there is a lot of databases listed here. We created some databases by default you got from the Snowflake. See, there is a one arrow mark. So this particular arrow mark, it is having different identity. This arrow mark is some symbol, arrow mark symbol coming inside. That is Snowflake. This is the Snowflake Secure Data Sharing database. So by default, in all your accounts, this particular database, it's enabled automatically. Whenever some users going to create the account, automatically one database got inherited from somewhere. That is called, this is the database is coming to your account. Your account is acting like a consumer for this database. By default, Snowflake offering this database to all the users for the test data purpose. That is the reason this particular this is a shared object. So here it is having too much data. So you see some tables, some 2 TB, 3 TB size data, where tables data also available. So if you want to, if you are using this particular so Snowflake keep giving all this data to all the accounts. So it is unnecessary. They are keep increasing their storage size. So let's say today 1,000 accounts are going to create in the Snowflake. All the 1,000 accounts having similar kind of data inside the tables. So with the different size. That means they are not going to use additional storage for all the 1,000 accounts. This they are using one account as a storage account. So this they are giving data to all the 1,000 accounts as a consumers. So they can just access the data. They are not going to charge for storage cost here. Now, this means this data is not storing in related to your account. This data is coming from somewhere. That means whatever storage information that is showing in your account, that is not for your storage. That is from somewhere. That is the reason this arrow mark coming inside. So whenever, this is very important point. So whenever you are going to execute the queries from here, so storage is different, execution is different. Okay. So we are having two different things. That's the reason we are calling as a decoupling nature. So now storage is not in your account. So this is, you are just executing the data which is coming from the some other account. So whatever execution going to happen in the shared database, so that cost is associated for the particular account where that queries are running. So storage is completely free, but only computation is the different charges for the consumer. So whatever consumer is going to run all your queries, so we are going to pay for it. So whatever free credits you got, 400 free credits, so all that credits we are going to, it's going to consume for the execution in the shared database also. So we have to remember very important point whenever we are talking about Snowflake consumer no need to pay for storage account which is getting from the shared object. Only they're going to pay for the computation charges. But as a provider means you are storing your own data and you are executing your own queries. That means whatever storage is going to happen and whatever execution is going to happen, these both charges we have to pay. But whenever you're talking about consumer is not going to pay anything for storage. Okay, so we'll discuss in detail all these points. Practically we'll see all these things, but for better understanding I'm giving more clarification. See here, there is a we need to understand whenever you are talking about secure data sharing. So what is the provider and what is the consumer? Overview of data providers and consumers. Now I'm talking about all these things as a data provider, as a data consumer, who is a data consumer. So all that information they provided here, so they explain whatever I am talking in detail in here. So we have different type of uh, so provider account, consumer account, and also there is another type of accounts called reader accounts. Reader accounts basically, people don't have any Snowflake account. So if we want to view data to non-Snowflake accounts, at that time you are going to create, as a provider, they are going to create reader account, and you can provide access. You can provide access to non-Snowflake customers, so that non-Snowflake customers, they can consume their data with the help of reader accounts. So if the person directly having Snowflake account, you can share the data. If the person don't have any Snowflake account, what we can do? We can simply create one account, temporary account for him. We'll provide URL and we'll provide login credentials to them, so they can access, and within the some period of time, and that account is going to disable. So that is what reader accounts. So we can create reader accounts and we can view directly to the Snowflake customers as a consumer access. So here, if you see the points, whatever I covered now, so all the same points they explain here in detail. So quickly I can go through these points so that you will get better understanding. So maybe whenever you get free time, you can go through these points as well. See, with secure data sharing, no actual data is copied or transferred between the accounts. As I told you, data is not going to transfer between the accounts. Just data is going to access. We are getting the only access. There is no. It's only the read only access. It's not the write access. There is no transfer is going to happen. Just it's pointing to the source account and some other person access from the outside. All sharing is accomplished through Snowflake's unique service layer and metadata store. So this is going to handle through the metadata layer. So we have three layers: service layer, computation layer, and storage layer. So this Snowflake secure data sharing going to accomplish through the service layer only. In the metadata itself, they are going to handle all the metadata information and giving access to the customers. So this is going to handle in the service layer itself. This is an important concept because it means that shared data doesn't take up storage in the consumer account. Yeah, this point just now I explained in detail. So shared data don't have any storage charges for the consumer account, therefore doesn't contribute to the consumer's monthly storage charges. So whenever consumer is going, its bill going to happen at that time, there is no cost associated with the consumers for the data storage. The only charges to the consumers are for the compute resources, as I told, right? Whatever queries you are executing, that is the only charge to the customers. So here in our account, this is one of our account. This is this database we are not, it's not created with us. So that is shared by from the Snowflake. So whatever data you are storing here, this is the data storage. This is not come under your billing. So whenever you are executing queries from here, that is the only come under your billing part. So that is the point they mentioned clearly here. So in addition, because no data is copied or exchanged, secure data sharing is set up a quick and easy for providers, and access to the shared data is a instantaneous to the customers. So it's a very quick process. It's a one-step process to access consumers all this data. So that is the reason. So it's instantaneously it is available to all the customers, whatever size, whether it is a 100 TB, 1000 TB, 10,000 TB, it doesn't matter. It's instantaneously consumers can access that amount of data.